folks? This is Mike with Loud Equals Funny. We're just here to tell you about CushyDreams.com. CushyDreams.com provides the best in Delta 8, the best in Delta 9, the best in CBD that you can buy with your own money. And look, you want it. I know you want it, because I want it, because I enjoy it. They've got gummies, they've got everything you can think of, and it's all pretty good. And honestly, all of it's at a really good price, and you can use code LOUD25 at checkout, save 25% off. Take it easy, folks.
It's loud. It's funny.
Yes.
Well, maybe not the second one.
Yeah, we'll
Give
see.
us a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Gabe here again.
Oh, hi there. It's nice to be back.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Gabe
I'm excited
is a
to have
guest.
some.
Hello.
There's a couple topics that I know that Bane especially wants to bring up that I'm really excited to talk about with you guys because there's some good ones.
Yeah, I can only speak for myself, but I got very silly last episode, so it'll be nice to talk about the big topic of last episode while I have some sentience about me.
Yeah, we're going to bring up the Junnels again.
Yeah, we got to the Junnels, but of course, Gabe is our resident Judaist faith individual.
Yes.
So he has some more information and can tell us where we were offensive.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but I can definitely at least explain a little bit of what the people might have been thinking, because the specific situation around it's really bizarre unless you know exactly what the whole conflict was.
Yeah, I tried to explain. I don't think by the time this episode comes out, people will probably have heard the last one, but I hope. But yeah, I tried to break down the difference between the Shabbat Lubavitch and some of the other stuff. It got a little in the weeds for me.
They were apparently trying to resurrect their ancient god or something.
No, they think
yeah, they were just going. They were to the guy.
Yeah, they're trying to get closer to where
well,
the rabbi was buried.
You know, that's very close to. That's very close to them trying to resurrect him and have him.
It does seem
smarter
like
than all three of us.
Nefarious.
So in Judaism, there's a thing called a mikveh, which is basically like a bath, a ritual bath. It's normally, I don't know what you could compare it to, but it's basically just like a religious bathing site to it's like a purity thing. You bathe in this site, you meditate, and it's a form of ritual purity.
So it's kind of like baptism, but you don't just do it once.
Exactly, yeah. And there's one of those in the building next door underneath it. And people, members of the Chabad, from what we know, had been planning to do an expansion to where it was, but they don't have the rights to that land anymore. And a bunch of people, what they said was it was a bunch. What did they call them? They called them rowdy youths, or something. And they said that they had built a tunnel in an attempt to get back to that mikveh. We don't know why necessarily. We don't know if they just wanted to check it out, but it blends into this whole. It blends into this whole wider issue of how the whole complex is technically a Jewish site, but they don't have the rights to the whole thing anymore, and it just became this whole big mess. But at the same time, even though there is a reason, it's so funny to see the video of the guy dressed in full Orthodox Jewish attire climbing out of a hole in the ground.
Oh yeah.
God, I woke up to seeing that shit happening. I woke up to that video.
Yeah, but first, seeing someone in full-on just regalia climbing out of a tunnel, it looks like a comedy skit.
I was pinged 8 times that morning before I even woke up, and everyone was like, "Thoughts?" And I was like, "What? I don't know."
Yeah,
you were responsible, Gabe. You have to comment on this.
No.
I mean,
you're the expert. You're the expert, Gabe. You know all about tunnels.
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah.
I mean,
you do now.
I would say that this is certainly going to be one of those big Time Magazine moments of the year, like the sub last year.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
and
just
the funny
Time Magazine Person of the Year isn't any person. It's just a dude, just a Jewish dude coming out of a tunnel.
Well, it gets funnier because as the day went on, there were all these reports of like police scouring subway tunnels looking for any other connecting tunnels. And I'm just thinking, like, couldn't they have just gone down the tunnel?
Yeah, couldn't you just
They,
check?
like, the
Go
tunnel was
into
like,
the Junnels. It's fine.
it was between like 2 or 3 buildings, I think. And then as the day went on, there were all this like video of just a bunch of cops like just going into empty subway tunnels, and it looked like really ominous. Just all these cops storming the subway. It was really
That's good
weird.
shit. I mean, you know, who doesn't want to build tunnels? We had that lady a couple weeks ago
We've
who
had so
spending a
many
year.
tunnels lately.
We
yeah.
yearn for the mines.
Yeah.
That lady, and then there was the Brazilian guy.
Yeah, which that guy, yeah, respect, digging a hole straight down. Everybody wants to do that.
That's what they
Yeah.
tell you not to do. That's like
But
that's like
That's what you
That's
want to
Minecraft
do.
logic.
What
I was gonna say it's
you want.
Minecraft 101.
Yeah. I mean, you
He's
never had
created
nerds just
a-
dig through it.
He's created a secret D&D like trap door. You know, if somebody misdoes his magical thing, they fall right down into the Earth's core.
They had to pass a spot check.
Yeah.
See, that's too clever because D&D is like the DM lays out a really fancy room with a lovely bed, and they're just like, someone's gonna jump on the bed because it looks nice, and they made a bed a mimic. Like,
Yeah.
that's D&D logic. Actually setting up like a tunnel system is way too interesting.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I mean, fucking
But
respect
yeah,
it, though.
like the whole situation with the tunnels is really funny, but also kind of like, I don't know, not scary, but just kind of like, ooh, because the whole, Jewish people have constructed tunnels under major cities has been a
Yeah.
conspiracy for so long.
Yeah.
These, like, I think it was
Is
10
that a
people.
conspiracy?
That is a very real
a
conspiracy.
lot of actually anti-Semitic people have really latched on.
they had
shit.
a great time that
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Like, Twitter blew up with the worst people you could have expected.
I'm pretty sure one of the
Between that-
hashtags was "they're real."
Jewish people, you mean? Wow.
We
Okay.
finally discover that Jewish people exist.
It is a funny, just random trending headline.
Between that and the fucking trans pedo groomer cult and also Epstein Island and all of that, this has been a really weirdly good year so far for like QAnon people. I keep
It's been
saying
3 weeks.
it's been like
Yeah.
they've been eating good.
Okay, the funniest thing to me about the Epstein stuff is how much misinformation was spread that was really easy to debunk, but just no one actually looked anything up.
Yeah,
Like-
the big thing that I remember was George
Jimmy
Lucas.
Kimmel? Oh.
No, it was the Stephen Hawking thing, because Stephen Hawking, I think, is mentioned in passing one time in the documents, but someone edited a screenshot to say that Stephen Hawking would come to the island to watch like people with dwarfism and disabilities
yeah.
try to finish equations on a blackboard that was too tall. That was a fake screenshot someone
Yeah.
edited.
But
And if you-
admittedly,
if
that
you
would be
really-
funny.
That sounds
It's really
extremely
funny.
funny, yes.
It's really
Like-
funny.
Okay, if someone was actually doing... If that's what you were doing instead of fucking children on the island, okay, I'll cut you slack there.
But my favorite thing is that if you just went to the document, which anyone could access, and just typed in like Blackboard, there's no results. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a thing that's so easy to debunk, but it was so funny that everyone was just like, we'll just say it's real. Let's be honest.
yeah, that's
I
the
wanna
new
We need
canon.
some actual good news out of the Epstein thing. Just listen and believe.
Yeah, I want to believe on that one. That's kind of funny.
This is
Yeah.
your X file.
Yeah.
Yes,
If I'm turned
the
into
singular
Mulder,
X
that'll be
file.
my X file. Yeah. God. But I mean,
Yeah, no, this has been a wacky year.
honestly,
Alrighty.
I respect the tunnel. It's something that should come back. Americans have been yearning for tunnels.
What's
Yeah,
like
we're all gonna
something
return to there someday.
Exactly.
Something I didn't know was a thing until I went to college was that colleges and universities have, well, in Canada at least, have like tunnel systems.
They
I
do.
didn't know that.
This is news to me.
Yeah. So like in Canada, I can think of like at least 3 different schools that have systems underground so that students can navigate in winter and move between the buildings easier on the campus.
Oh, see, okay,
Um,
I know Vancouver does because funny enough because of X-Files, because they shot on a campus and there was like a rail car above them in a scene.
Yes, yeah. And I didn't know
least
that
in
was a
Vancouver.
thing. I would hear people at other schools be like, "Yeah, I'm walking through the tunnels to get to class." And I was like, "You're walking where?
Like,
What?"
what are they doing there?
And I found out about that and I was like, this is cool, but also like did they make these tunnels just for this specific purpose? How long have they been here?
God, that's a little spooky.
I mean, the Junnels, like, it's funny to me that there's, I mean, whatever was going on there with the fellow who died in like 1994, there's all of that, which I'm
Yeah.
sure people have their conspiracies about. I've seen people, of course, try to make it like they're grooming kids because that's just the
Well, yeah, 'cause
hottest thing of the moment, I guess.
well, yeah, because also they saw the words so like because they had matches on there to jump down and land on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the dirty mattresses, as if like
It's like
they're not in a fucking tunnel under the earth.
yeah. How are you gonna have you ever jumped down a 6-foot hole? It's like, yeah, you want something to land on and be a little safe when you land.
Yeah, especially if you got to get in and out of there, you know. You got to bring the dead guy water and stuff, keep his bones all nice and lubricated.
Yeah, you don't want your nice juice suit to get all dirty. Come on.
Your what?
Your nice juice suit.
Oh my
I'd be
god.
more concerned about getting dirt in my little curly sideburns.
Exactly.
That's like the best part about being a Hasidic Jew, the curly sideburns.
Imagine
The
losing
payas,
hat.
yeah.
Well, I was gonna say the hat, but
Yeah.
Well,
the sideburns are kind of they do be
So-
kind of hidden.
Unironically, I have considered growing out payas, but the long curly hair,
Yeah.
just because I'll be honest, it can look really good in certain hairstyles. Like it can look
I believe it.
really good.
Hell
I
yeah.
can see that.
You gotta go full, well, I know it's not the same thing, but if you manage to make your hair look kind of like Amish paradise, you know, then you'd really be set. It's nowhere close to
Hell
the
yeah.
same thing.
What? Yeah, I'm just trying to think like what?
I know where it's coming from.
I'm just thinking,
I know
like,
where-
Hasidic Jews, it kind of looks similar to, you know, like an Amish guy. I don't know.
The dreaded crossover of Amish and Hasidic Jew.
I've been thinking about this a lot actually, but they
What?
listen.
Oh, God.
wait, no,
all I need to
excuse me.
hear. All I need to say to justify myself. They have hats. They often have beards. Listen, they're
And they
very
wear black
religious.
clothing?
Yes, they wear black clothing. They dress similarly. All right. Where's the like would an Amish man do well in the Hasidic Jewish community? Could he fake it?
I mean,
Probably.
that's like asking if an Indian guy
need
could
an
fake it
infiltrator.
in like could a Sanchez fake it in Bombay? That's the question.
Listen, I didn't say anything about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
mean-
think that's a different point.
Yeah,
Yes.
like I didn't say anything about their
Close.
skin color. I was just talking about the way they dress and groom themselves. Not the
Wow,
sex
they're
pest
grooming
way.
themselves now. Now it's all because of the mattresses again.
Of course.
I
We lost
this is
the
off
thoughts here.
topic to this, but this is something that I saw recently because I used to read a lot of comics. Like I'd actually keep up with comic runs. Obviously now it's mostly manga because most of the time comic runs kind of I don't know. I don't
Suck.
find that they stick around at a quality for me to like
Yeah.
really be invested in. But I might have to catch up on some because apparently Batman's cow that is a Batman, a member of the Bat family.
Excuse me, what?
You
Yeah,
you
no,
don't know
this-
about Bat Cow?
That
No.
checks, actually.
If Damien saved a cow from a slaughterhouse because it had a marking on its face that looked like a Batman mask and calls it Bat Cow.
Excellent.
And they've given the Bat Cow a Joker cow.
Oh my god. Oh
Um,
my god.
Here, let me find it. Yeah, they've given Bat Cow a Joker cow, and now I really kind of want to read this
Oh my
run.
god. The Joker cow has the
because
Joker fucking marking.
It has the
on
Joker mouth
her.
makeup, and it's green. Yeah,
This is like Maggie's little enemy baby who has the unibrow.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fucking Simpsons. God damn it.
I like that.
Yeah, I
Joker
just love
cow.
that Super Pets is one of the weirdest like subcategories of DC characters because there's like Lex Luthor's hamster,
He's-
Bat
you know what? I'm
Cow,
not surprised.
Crypto.
Yeah, crypto.
Well,
Is
he's
there-
We
the
all knew about
famous
crypto.
one.
He's the famous one, yeah. What other super pets are there actually? I think those are the only ones I can really remember. I don't know.
Spider.
They made a
Pig.
whole fucking movie about them, but I don't think
It's
anybody
Most
saw
of them were
it.
made up.
Oh,
Yeah, most of them were
I don't
just
think
made
most
for
of them are
film.
actual characters besides Ace the Bat Dog.
Man, they really got lazy there after a little bit, didn't they?
the bat dog.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't know about Ace?
No.
I know
Oh.
about Ace.
Does Ace get into adventures with the bat cow?
No, I think
Not
Ace is
yet.
just kind of Ace.
Why does Batman
I-
not just have a bat?
Because they all live in the cave. He has like a
Yeah.
billion of
So
them.
none of
He's
them
scared
can
of
be
bats.
special? Oh.
No, but
okay.
he does have a son that's a Starro.
Oh
Mm.
yeah. Oh god.
Yeah,
Thanks for reminding me.
Jaro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a canon Robin that Batman has, is a Starro.
Oh.
Fucking Christ.
He found a Starro and he put it in a jar and he raised it and he calls it Jaro.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. It even has a little Robin suit.
You know, people grieve in their own ways. That's how he gets over Tim Drake.
Yeah, I don't know. I just Tim. Why Tim?
Isn't he the one
Tim
that
is
died?
fine.
Yeah,
No, it's Jason.
Oh,
Todd.
Jason Todd. Right. Jason Todd.
Tim is alive. Tim is just a detective.
Oh, I mean, there's so many
It still
people in the
works.
Batman like family now too. I remember hearing somebody complain years ago about like, you know, it used to be Batman and Robin and like Batgirl and maybe Nightwing, you know, but now
And now
there's
it's Bat They.
well, but now it's like Batman isn't really necessary anymore because he has like 40 fucking friends and family who are all superheroes who are all also patrolling Gotham. Like he can probably just fuck off. They can make a full video game that doesn't include him, and it can
Gotham
be
Knights.
terrible. Yeah, it can be
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
Just
Okay,
like
good. Yeah, I was
the
like,
idea of
"Fuck."
Gotham Knights is a decent idea. It just ended incredibly poorly.
Oh,
I
we're
mean,
gonna
I
need
guess
to
we
talk
gotta
about-
talk about Suicide Squad because it's about to come out and it's
I-
terrible.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm-
I was
like
gonna
the
say-
alpha.
I was
Sure
going
he
to
did
say, Claw, it goes even further beyond just he has a bunch of people to monitor Gotham. There's an entire Batman worldwide connection of Batman called Batman Incorporated, which span the entire globe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Legally
Yeah.
There's
speaking,
one in
you
China, there's
you
one in
could be a Batman.
Japan. There's Dark Ranger, who I think is an Australian guy who just wears like a hazmat suit and has a pistol.
What is he
Um,
fighting? Joker Spider?
I like the idea of like officially licensed real life superheroes who are just like the actual Batman in hockey pads, but they're
Like-
just actually they're like part of the like when you join the fake Kitty Justice League that has like a little card you put in your thing. That's the Batman Incorporated, I'm sure.
Well, my favorite thing about them is that when you look at them, a lot of them are actually like built off of vague stereotypes. Like
Oh,
the one from France is a free runner.
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
And the Native American one is called Man of Bats.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, it's
it's
weird.
At least it's not dances with bats, I guess. But
Yeah.
that's close.
With bats. But yeah, I guess we do need to talk about Suicide Squad. I guess more
Yeah.
specifically, we could talk about Harley Quinn's iconic legendary fire axe. Not
Okay,
Harley
yeah.
Quinn, sorry, Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy. Well, okay.
Yeah.
It some of it has a lot of these really dumb servicing things where it's like, why do we need a fire axe that like throws out ice? Why?
Well, it's okay. So the bigger problem, because Bane, you and I are the
Yeah.
only two who have played it here.
Yeah,
I think.
I've played. I played the demo, like the alpha. It's basically the first 3 chapters twice.
Yeah,
I played it through once with a friend and then once solo.
it's like fine. It's a fine
Yeah.
game. It plays fine and it feels fine, but nothing about the mechanics is very like cohesive. Honestly, the perfect example might be, and I'm not joking, Poison Ivy's iconic ice elemental fire axe.
Yeah.
Which, just to emphasize how weirdly designed the game is, it's an ice weapon that freezes enemies,
Yeah.
but ice enemies take less damage from melee. So if you focus on using the melee weapon to freeze your enemies, you'll do less damage to them if you hit them with that weapon after you freeze them.
Yeah, what I think that is supposed to do is you're supposed to like hit them, slow them down, shoot them with your gun.
Yeah, but it also makes it so they don't drop ammo and no one can do critical hits to them.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things that I hope the game fixes by launch. I'm only picking it up because it comes out on my birthday.
Doesn't it come out in like 2 weeks?
It comes out, yeah, about
It's the
30.
same week as it's the same week as
Same week as
Persona
Yakuza and
and
Persona.
Yakuza and Final Fantasy.
Oh, no, it's 9
I'm-
days. It's 9 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm
Wow.
gonna pick up Yakuza and then Persona's on Game Pass. I'm playing it there.
The other thing about Suicide Squad is like they dropped the 26 minutes of uncut gameplay,
Yeah.
and
Well, they
man,
picked
the
it from
boss fight in
IGN.
that looked awful.
They picked it from an IGN, a guy who was
Yeah,
not a bad
sure.
reviewer, but he plays mostly Destiny. I don't take his opinion
Sure.
on that.
But
What
the
does
game
opinion
design didn't
have
look
to do
good.
with it.
That's fair. Yeah,
Bane is running such fucking interference for this weird live service swill that nobody likes.
No, sorry.
That he's
No,
like, no, but the guy
No.
who made the footage is bad though. Like, Bane, come on, what are you
Alright.
doing?
all right.
no, but you need to remember they delayed it to take out most of the live service stuff, Claw. Remember
I mean,
that.
it is
Right.
not. They've taken out the gear score shit, which admittedly, I'm so glad to see games removing gear score.
Yeah, but it still has 5 currencies.
Yeah, the
Um,
5 currency shit stop.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's such a weird. It feels like a game that someone would have made up the like images from and been like the worst thing that could happen to live service games or whatever, with like the huge damage numbers and like the loot shoot.
It's
Mechanics.
like the fake UI for Elden Ring, the fake like
Yeah.
Ubisoft Elden Ring UI. I should go in that cave, buy more tarnished bucks to continue.
Like
Oxygen.
it somehow
meter.
has worse RPG elements than the new God of War games, which have very like minor RPG elements.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's such a weird case to me where I don't love Rocksteady games. I think that all of them are at least like good, but they all have pretty fundamental flaws, you know? Even Arkham City and Asylum have like things where I'm like, oh, I don't know why you did that.
Yeah.
But this just feels so weird. It feels like it's not even the same company.
Well, it's not. Most of the people that like founded the company left.
Oh, that's true,
conspicuously
yeah.
right around the same time that this game was getting previews and looked terrible.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, they left at the end of
Conspicuously,
2022. Yeah.
yeah, right around that time. It's funny how so many people that were involved in the good parts of this company, they decided they didn't want to be involved in the company anymore. That's crazy.
I mean, it seems like a lot of
Buy our
them.
live service.
Well, it seems like a lot of them were leaving around the time the game was originally supposed to be finished, which happens in the industry. People leave sometimes when a game is supposed to finish.
My other thing with
Not
this is like I
uncommon.
don't understand why they need to tie it into the Arkham stuff if it doesn't really fit in with the Arkham stuff, you know?
Money.
Although this game has now erased the classic Reddit is Batman stupid meme.
Yeah, yeah,
Why didn't he
Wait,
call the
what?
Justice League?
yeah.
Because this game confirms that canonically the Justice League forms after the end of Arkham Knight, which is after Batman
Like goes
has his
into
identity
hiding.
revealed and kills himself.
Well,
Oh shit!
well, kills himself to the public. He goes into hiding.
Exactly. But everyone still knows that he's who Batman is.
Yeah.
But then after that, he
Yeah.
becomes Batman again and forms the Justice League.
So basically, is Clark stupid? Should be the real question.
Yeah,
Yes.
basically. Also, weird thing, Jason Isaacs is in this game.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Well, yeah. He'll probably be the best part. Jason Isaacs as Brainiac sounds really good.
Yeah.
the guy who's doing Lex is pretty good too. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Oh, it's the guy who it's Agent 47. It's what's his name?
Yeah, fuck.
David Bateson.
Yeah,
David
he's-
Bateson. That's it. Yeah, he's Lex. in
really
it.
good as Lex. You get to hear him.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like Lex Luthor, so he fucking better be.
Does,
Yeah.
yeah. Has he ever
And then
done
the
Lex
guy
before?
who's I don't think so.
I'm
and then the guy
fascinated by the fact that this man, David Bateson, has now played for years a bald assassin man, and now he plays the bald villain from Superman, and also he looks like fucking 47 in real life.
When
it's
you
just
know your
like how-
type.
It's just like how they got a guy to play Saijima in Yakuza 7's dub who looks exactly like Saijima in real life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Oh,
They did the same. The funny thing is, they did the same thing for the original Resident Evil too. They
Oh,
literally
might-
just chose people who looked like the characters.
That's something we're gonna need to talk about. We're gonna need to talk about Yakuza 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate what's happening with it.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be like a conspiracy guy, but ever since Toshi Goshi left,
Rest in
as
peace,
most of us call
Toshi.
him, ever since he left, I was like, this new guy seems to have some really weird opinions on what to do with the Yakuza games from like a business front. I really hope that doesn't start to like interfere with the way that they actually package and release these games.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a coincidence that the two games that he primarily worked on leading when it comes to being the head of the company as Toshihiro Nagoshi kind of was backing away, both have this packaging New Game Plus as DLC. Although for Yakuza 7, when they released it worldwide, they took that out. Like they got rid of it, but that was still the case in Japan. You still had to pay extra to get access to New Game Plus and other stuff.
I thought Yakuza 7 came out simultaneously worldwide.
It did, but in Japan you had to pay for New Game Plus.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
And now for the new game, they've done it everywhere.
I think they did the same thing with Ishin, if I'm not mistaken.
Not the New Game
Ish-
Plus. It was the Ishin difficulty, I think.
Yeah, it was the extra difficulty, and the items, the extra DLC items and stuff. All of that was
Yeah.
paired together.
You know,
To be
I
fair, though,
know-
a lot of those items that they gave out were free.
Oh,
You know
absolutely.
what sucks now, I know that there's been a lot of discourse around it already, and even on here, but, you know, Young Ye as Kiryu, bad. But also,
yeah.
he's in the game, and so now I see him, like, post videos talking about, like, Suicide Squad looks bad, and I'm like, well, it does come out, like, 2 days after your game does, so, you know, I don't know, there's just a conflict of interest now with him being, like, a reporter of sorts. It's like, well, you're
Well,
talking about other games that are coming out at the same time.
well, and then it also begs the question, like, he made a tweet about the whole thing with the extra DLC stuff. He made a tweet about that. Um, but will he make a video about it? I don't know if he will. That's a thing that he normally would talk about in a video and go like,
Yeah, like
Yakuza
that's a
8 is
very
disappointing
young Yay
people, blah 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 blah
thing.
blah. But
Yeah.
I don't know if he will because I don't know if he can, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, a certain amount of it is like, what kind of NDAs do you have? Probably real non-Discord ones, but
Yeah.
you know.
And the
Hopefully.
other problem is the DLC for Yakuza 8 is actually like a bunch of stuff. It's like a bonus dungeon, like a whole new dungeon area, new summons, all stuff for the side content, um, more costumes, even more stuff, more karaoke songs, access to New Game Plus. Like, it's a lot of stuff if you pay the extra money, but a lot of it could be in the game, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, at least the difficulty could be in the game at launch. I don't feel like you should have to need to pay extra for that. Um, I don't know. It just feels weird.
I mean, the difficulty, the new game plus, I mean, again, it's been a staple feature of the series since the beginning. And I mean, just general, I guess you could call Yakuza it's a beat 'em up action adventure series. Well, no, never mind. Shut up, me. I was gonna say it's definitely not. It's based on JRPG tropes, but now it actually is because I forgot it's like turn based now. So yeah, it's a JRPG, and JRPGs as well as regular like Western RPGs, whatever, but specifically JRPGs have had New Game Plus for a long time. Not
Yeah.
as a thing you have to pay for, but
And extra difficulties.
well, that too. In 2001 when Grandia 2 came out or whatever, though, I don't think they had the ability to charge people for difficulties in New Game Plus. So they probably would have if they could have, and now they realize that they can. So
Yeah.
they're doing it.
Yeah, and it's just weird to see other companies in Sega. Like, one of the things that Persona has done for a little bit now was mainly Persona 5, obviously, because it was the most recent one. But Atlas games in general tend to get an extra difficulty that's downloadable, not paid. It's just you add it into the game if you want to, which is a weird choice. They fixed that in the Royal release of Persona 5, but it's a thing that they do. They just have an extra difficulty if you want it, the merciless difficulty or whatever.
Yeah.
It just feels really weird to see Yakuza lock New Game Plus away when, and this is me being a shill because I am, when, what, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, Alan Wake 2 released its New Game Plus as a free update
And
that
it's-
wasn't just play the game again, it was more narrative content that is canon to the game, and it
Well, so-
actually continues the narrative into the DLC.
So
you
Alan
know?
Wake 2 is as based as Baldur's Gate 3, then, is what you're saying.
It's fucking based.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
that sounds
fact
good.
that they gave New Game Plus not just a new ending, but also new hints at narrative content throughout to add to the story leading into the DLC they're releasing is really cool because it gives you a real reason to play it. It's not just I'm going to play the game again but harder. It's I'm going to play the game and I'm going to get a new piece of story out of it. I'm going to see more narrative.
Yeah.
If the Yakuza New Game Plus comes out and it's just you play the game again on a harder difficulty with all the items carrying over, it feels like that should just be free, you know?
Yeah.
If there's
Yeah.
more stuff to it, then maybe it'll be worth paying $10 for or whatever, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I highly doubt
hope.
there will be, and they've been shoving weird DLC. I mean, they've been doing this for a while, and it's always been the kind of stuff where it's like it's not a big deal. Like in Judgment or something, you get like DLC bonus packs filled with like XP items or something. And it's not like Assassin's Creed, where you can tell that they make it so that, like, they design the XP system so that you're encouraged to pay money to
Yeah.
skip gameplay. It's not like
They
that in
actually
the
cut the XP gain in those games to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in like
Yeah.
Judgment or something, it doesn't feel that way. It's just like if you do want a little extra boost, you can. But it's still it's like a sour taste in my mouth of like, I don't know, like do you need I remember in yeah, what's decent DLC is like in Ishin, I think you had to pay a little extra to get the Kiryu outfit. And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's something you can pay. I mean, I don't know. I like unlockable costumes in a game. I prefer to have that, but
Yeah.
I don't mind that as much as like buy these extra bonus items and get your flaming super death sword that
Also, if it
like
comes
makes
out like
you
way
beat the
later,
game.
if it comes out way later, I also don't
Wait.
mind that.
Wait,
Like,
was the Kiryu outfit DLC in that?
I think.
I think so. I
I,
think I
I
paid
know-
thought that
for it.
I thought that the DLC outfit was the Shinsengumi captain set, the one with all of the different cloaks and the like chicken head
Hang
and
on,
stuff.
let me check.
I thought that was the
Store page.
the paid DLC for the game. I can't remember.
Give me just a
I
sec.
I could have
I'll
sworn
pull
the
it up.
Yakuza yeah. Let me look.
I might be wrong.
I'm pretty sure Kiryu's the Kiryu outfit was in the Shinsengumi captain set.
Oh, it's in the
Yeah, there
digital
was
deluxe
like a
edition. That's
yeah,
it.
there was a
That's
bonus.
even worse.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah, okay.
fucked.
I knew it wasn't one of the like extra packs. It was just in the digital deluxe edition. It was one of the digital deluxe rewards. That is even worse. Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
Oof.
How much you have
Again,
to pay,
and
you have to pay $13 to get to the digital deluxe. Like if you buy the game normally, you have to pay $13 to upgrade to digital deluxe, and that comes with $5 of DLC and
Oof.
and and, and the Kiryu outfit. So
And
according
again,
according to fucking Sega, this Kiryu outfit is worth $6. 7.
I don't mean to be like a
8.
conspiracist about this, but I don't think that it's a coincidence that this shift really started happening. Like beyond just like you said with the Judgment XP stuff, this really happened when Nagoshi left. From
Yeah.
2020-ish onwards is when they've really been pushing this, and that's when the new guy took over.
But here's the thing, though. It's been successful for them.
It has. That's the
Sadly,
worst part.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
unless it stops being successful, which, I mean, I like these
won't be.
games. I don't want them to not be successful.
Oh, no, absolutely. No one wants that.
But also, it's like, yeah, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation here.
It's like if this is how they keep going and it kind of keeps growing, because it seems to be kind of getting worse and worse in a way,
Yeah.
where they keep doing more and more. It's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it's just going to put a worse and worse taste in people's mouth with each new release.
I
And
mean,
that
you
sucks.
hope that it would, and people wouldn't just take it lying down. But they kind of, I mean, a lot of the series is what they're doing is abandoning their long-standing consumer base in favor of people that don't know better. Because people like you and me are aware that, oh hey, this used to be free, this should be in the game already, this is overpriced. But other people who are new to the series, hey, Danny Trejo's in this game, and
Yeah.
wow, I remember Yakuza 0, let's play this game. I can't believe Yakuza 0 is nearly a decade old now. I mean, it is. I
Jesus
think it came out
Christ,
in
yeah.
2014 in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
I
like
mean,
capitalizing on that a little bit,
the
and
thing is,
people
the
are coming
games are
into the
still pretty
series. So,
good. That's the thing.
well, yeah, the games are, and I hear 8 is really good. It has updated the combat in a really effective way. You can move around a little. It has Quest 64 combat. You can now move
Sweet.
around in a little circle, and like
Which
you're
makes
not.
me happy. That's what I want. I want to be able to move in a circle.
Yes,
Okay.
you can
I've
move
said this for a
around.
while.
You can move around in a little space. If you were able to completely control yourself, you'd break the game. But also, I'm curious about the video I saw. It mentioned that in passing, it was like Kiryu is able to do the thing where he can bust out of the turn-based mode and play like an action game for a minute. And my question is, so do all the enemies play like an action game for that moment too? Then, or
No, it's
like
an
how
attack.
long? Oh, that's just lame. Then you just do
It's
like
you. It's that is your special attack. I think in that phase is you just get to beat them all down.
you just do like a fucking rush combo.
I'm
Oh,
pretty sure.
has there
But
been a
like
mod yet for 7 that just makes it an
no,
action game? That's
no, because
probably too much to
that's
ask.
way too big. Yeah.
But
Well,
there
and even
is
the thing is,
actually a thing that I just wanted to mention. Actually, there's an effort to bring Yakuza to Gmod. There's like this whole fucking thing now where you can like recreate battles in Gmod and bring in as many characters as you want, and it's like a
yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah.
Yakuza battle arena
my
simulator kind of thing.
Hmm.
Yeah,
The best
apparently
thing about Gmod, yeah.
it has like accurate physics and everything. So
Well, and the thing is, like you were mentioning, oh, if you were able to move around, that would kind of break the whole game. But you could kind of just break every combat interaction in 7 anyways by using
oh
like
yeah.
2 moves. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
once you get Jungi Han and I always had him do the move where you splash ice water on people and that was pretty effective.
Oh no, not even that one. It's the one for it's air. It's the clerk move where you throw the thumbtacks and it's just like everyone.
See, I didn't
Um,
bother to get her. That's the thing.
because if you initiate a combat, the enemies are all directly in front of you. So if you have her be the fastest member of your team, everyone spawns in directly in front of you, and then you use that move, and it just hits everyone, whether you mean to or not, because the game isn't super like balanced. You
No, it
know.
Not at
isn't. I
all.
mean,
Um,
I wound up dropping it toward the end because of a combination of like the combat was getting a little dull, but also the fucking like chapter 13 plot twists that happened just made me kind of lose interest. There were
oh yeah,
certain
shit gets
things.
wacky.
There were certain things that happened at the end of that game before the finale, but like the last, finale chapter or whatever. Like, man, it just kind of ruined it for me. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure 8 will be fine.
I will
I'm
say
sure
prop.
8 will be fine when you turn on Japanese mode.
I'm
Yeah.
willing to, I like the guy who does. I just drew a blank on his name.
Well,
Fuck. Yeah,
Ichiban, yeah.
Ichiban.
everybody likes like the whole other rest of the cast is going to be great, and then there's just going to be,
I'm-
well, I'm dying of cancer, and news, reviews, and discussion, young out.
It's kind of worse because there are lines that people have pointed out, even in the demo bit that they let everyone play, where you can hear that they slowed down the dialogue because the
Yep.
dialogue distorts slightly to fit the timing of the scene because he didn't record it with the proper timing.
Oh, shit.
And apparently he,
I thought it was just to make his voice sound a little bit deeper.
No,
I-
you can tell that it's to fit the flow of the scene because well, also, even if that's the case, then that's bad too.
That's bad dub. Yeah. What really bothers me, I heard so they're in Hawaii, and it's
Yeah.
got
Yes,
like Hawaii. The video that I watched was from, I think the channel's called Snowiest Anjaman or something. He was talking about how there is like American people dialogue in the background in Hawaii, sort of like in the other games you have like the text boxes of like, I need me a dirty girl or whatever, like appear in the screen as you walk by. Here in
Yeah.
Hawaii, it's like he's described it as, it sounds like the voice actors are just talking about real drama in their lives. It's weird. And he specifically mentions the fucking guy who I have consistently said should be the fucking Kiryu voice. He's in the game. He was in 7 too. He played like the police commissioner guy, the fucking guy who plays Sojiro in Persona 5.
Yep.
He should be Kiryu.
Yeah,
He
oh
he
my
should be
God.
Kiryu. If you listen to any fucking footage of him speaking in that fucking game, he should be Kiryu instead
Yeah.
of the 29-year-old that they got to fucking play the dying cancer man. Jesus Christ.
Jameson Price is such a good voice actor. I love him in so much. He's great. Obviously, yes, he's fantastic as Sojiro. But everything I've ever heard him in where he's like a major role, I'm like, man, this guy's got a great voice.
I haven't heard enough of him. He played he was in one episode of Monster, and he was also in SMT4, I remember, but
Yep.
I haven't heard too much from him.
Well, and I was gonna say, like you were saying, Bane, Kaiji Tang, the guy who plays Ichiban, is so good. I love him in so much stuff. He's great in Persona 5. He's great in Like a Dragon. He's great in 13 Sentinels. He's great in Guilty Gear. He's great in everything. Like I want to play it in English just to hear his delivery of stuff because he's so much fun to listen to. I haven't seen the dub of Jujutsu Kaisen, but he's really good in the bits I've heard of that too. Like he's just good in everything. He's so charming.
And that's one of the reasons I'm still gonna probably end up like, even though I think it's gonna be a little rough.
Most of the game, you're gonna have to deal with the Harrison Ford cut narration from Blade Runner. She was a tall drink of water, wasn't she? Wasn't she, Ichiban?
I mean, could be worse. It could be like late career, part time. That kind of
part time. Yeah, well, I mean, it's almost on that level.
I'm willing to put up with that for what I
the majority of a game.
Yeah,
that's going to be a very long
game. It's just like the game. It's just like also very centered on him in a serious fashion. It's not like it'll be distracting at all.
It'll be distracting. I am of no like. I'm not putting on any like wares on that. I know what I'm getting into.
And it seems like this might end up being one of the longest Yakuza games based on how much shit there is in it.
Well, yeah, plus being an RPG,
well, I mean,
it's got its own...
The video, yeah, that too. I mean, the video I mentioned talking about new stuff in Yakuza 8 specified that he wasn't talking about things like mini games and big shit like that. It was specifically like little details about combat, and you now have a media player or whatever that you can listen to music while you're walking around.
Ooh, I like that.
And then don't forget, you can buy all the karaoke songs for it for fucking $7 or whatever they sell it for.
It's part of the digital deluxe edition.
Oh, great! So you have to pay extra money at the start.
I don't know. I don't know if it's it's only in the Ultimate Edition, I think, the most expensive one. I don't know if they're gonna have them separately.
God, that sucks. But I mean, hey, you don't want to hear the Western, you don't want to hear the English dub karaoke with fucking Yongye either.
Judgment.
Yeah, no. Breaking the law.
Well, and the thing is, with this new Yakuza game is like, it's gonna the reason I think it's gonna be one of the longest is because not only is it gonna have a story mode, and if it's anything like 7's, it'll be probably a 50-hour story mode, but there's way more mini games than 7 had. There's way more side content. You have the entire Animal Crossing mode. You have the entire Pokemon thing where you have to build your Pokemon team and battle what are they called? Discrete
Sujimon.
4.
Oh, yeah.
the Sujimon and the Discrete 4.
I like that there's now multiple new Pokemon ripoffs happening at this point in time.
Yeah, because
we have to discuss
Power World
Pokemon
released,
with
the other
guns,
day.
which apparently has gone on to sell like 2 million copies already.
It is the highest selling game in Steam history.
Yeah,
I can't believe
seriously?
that.
Yeah, people want
like
Pokemon.
fastest. Like let me look. Where is it sitting?
I mentioned that on D&D last night, and nobody else could believe it or fathom it. It's crazy.
Pal World has currently got the highest all-time peak players, I believe, in Steam history.
Everyone
1,284,221, and it currently has almost 900,000 people playing it on PC. That's not counting Xbox as well. Although most people are
That's
playing it on
wild.
PC because the Xbox servers are limited to 4-player servers.
It just dropped on Xbox, like with 4
Um,
only. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 4 people on Xbox and 32 people on PC.
Jesus Christ.
They're both on early access.
The thing about
But-
Power World is it's more than just
On
Pokemon
Xbox.
with guns.
Yeah,
It's
on
more
Xbox,
like
you can play it with your fucking with your close family, maybe. If you've had a couple of recent deaths in the family. On PC, you can play with your
Everyone.
extended family.
yeah.
Whole reunion.
So Power World is weird because Pokemon with guns is what everyone says, but it's much closer to Pokemon mixed with Ark, mixed with Breath of the Wild. Because
it's very survival focused.
It's very survival focused, but it's also very Pokemon focused. In a weird way. Where I found out about this watching the Coney stream of it, because of course he would be the one to immediately find this out, where he captured a person in a Pokeball and then chopped them into pieces and sold them on the black market for money and resources.
You can do that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think I need to pick
Because
this
you
game
can
up.
capture people the same way you can
Slavery.
you capture Pokemon.
Yeah.
And you can get your
Game's-
Pokemon and make them work in like a sweatshop for you and stuff like that. Like it's ridiculous.
So does the game ever break kayfabe and like, oh my god, it gets all happy tree friends, or like is it always like fun, happy slavery?
No, it's always
times?
played. It's always just played the way it is, except
Oh, that's
when
good.
you capture when you capture people, it'll say certain notes about it. So like the one I saw was like a standard gunner enemy, I think, and he throws the Pokeball, I'm going to say, and captures it. And in the actual description of the character when he caught it, it said like, catching humans is possible in this region, although considered highly illegal. Stuff like that. Like that's as far as it goes. Which is that's just fun.
I wonder, people don't. I mean, I don't know if it's. Everybody's kind of confused about the point of the game and has been, where it's like, are they aware that this is like, is this a joke? Is that the point, that it's like, Pokemon slavery
They're
kind of thing?
aware. They're very aware.
Okay.
Yes.
I would assume so, but like, yeah, it could just be like, this is a weird. What do you mean? There's a connotation here. It's fine.
No, when you catch Pokemon in the, what are they called, PAL spheres, I think, when you capture them, there is always specific notes, and a lot of them are make it very clear that it's intentional. It's they're very aware.
I see. What happened to that other Pokemon that was like the little kid simulator? It was like the Korean one that looked like it was for pedophiles.
The one that started the trailer and you were like, oh, wait a minute, and then it continued and never mind.
Yeah, it looked like it was gonna be, because it was like open world kind of modern day Pokemon thing.
OKV.
Yeah, but then it looked like it was like some weird pedophile shit.
Yeah, you
like
you were actually
dance
like
routine.
You were like, oh, it's like Pokemon and Jet Set Radio. Oh, like this is kind of, and then they do like a giant idol dance number, and you were like, oh, fuck.
Yep.
Well, it got all K-pop. You got to do that. I don't know if that ever came out. That was a few years ago.
It doesn't have a release date yet, I don't think. Sometime in 2024.
Well, it has a lot to compete with.
I mean, at this, even if Power World majorly falls off and people stop playing it, which they will, it's had such a good start that I can imagine any time they do big content updates, because this is still early access. It's the highest selling Steam game, like most played Steam game, in early access.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to be allowed to sell it on the Switch.
They might. It might just.
Nintendo might just be like, fuck it, whatever, as long as you pay me.
I think they have a deal with Microsoft because it's not even on PlayStation.
Well, Microsoft has fucking Ori on the Switch, so that's not even out of the question.
That's true.
Where is Age of Empires on the Switch, you cowards?
Honestly,
we might.
They've ported it to console, so it's entirely possible.
If you want to, we could talk about the whole big thing with Microsoft shifting their focus to digital-only games.
Well,
Oh god.
okay, so
It's so funny because I just watched the Scott the Woz video about the travesty of Xbox One cases and Xbox Series X cases,
I
and
don't
how they're
mind
all
being
like
on the
very
left.
slightly different.
They're
Well, that
all
wasn't
very
it.
slightly different.
It's
yeah.
that there's like 5 or 6 of them, and they're all basically the same.
Yeah, I've got at least 4 of them that if I look over
And
my
different ones
cases.
have different stickers and different placements and different orders.
Yeah, there's a Series X one on like the left hand side or on the right hand side on some. Yeah, it's a
very.
little
I remember when people were like, "Man, the PS5 cases look bad. They have the white stripe on them instead of black now." And it's like, I think that's like, sure, it's not that bad though. It could be much worse.
I mean, I wish the cases would have been white instead of blue. If I'm being honest,
That's fair.
that would have been way cooler.
But yeah,
Oh, that's
I
what
don't
we have
know.
now.
no,
I don't
no,
know
what we have
how
now is blue.
aware.
Like the blue
The PS5
case.
cases are. Oh, you mean like the plastic part?
The plastic white,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That would be
Yeah,
so much cooler.
White, like that would just look like the Wii.
That's true. It would
that's
look like
not
Wii cases. Yeah.
I like the Wii cases.
I guess so.
Yeah.
2 things to do with Microsoft news. There was the Starfield patch, the big Starfield patch where they're like, "We're
Oh,
fixing."
is it good now?
No,
It's better,
Okay.
but not great.
It's probably gonna take a little bit more than just one patch to.
they
start,
released
fix
quote
that.
their biggest patch yet because
Yeah.
they've done a few, but it still didn't fix a lot of major issues, like how there's still a bug where when you go to your apartment on the planet New Atlantis, there's just a chance you can lose all of your stuff. Just your entire inventory will be deleted, basically. When you complete a
sick.
quest on that planet, it'll erase your entire. It resets the entire planet's status when you finish a certain quest line. So if you have anything stored on that planet or anything at all, it just erases it all. That's still in the game.
Yeah, that's a really cool, fun glitch. That's
Um,
like
I've
I
had
thought
that happen to me
Bethesda
in-
glitches were supposed to be fun. I thought they were supposed to be like people's heads turning around or something. Funny
There
moose
was some
pops
of that
in
back in
front
the
of
day.
you.
there was some of it, yeah. But like that's a big issue. But then also during the FTC stuff, we found out that Microsoft wanted to go digital only by 2028, and they've just announced that Hellblade 2 will be digital only.
See, that I don't mind as much because the first game was also digital only for like 2
Yes.
years.
But this is just a sign that they're going to continue what they were planning to do.
Yeah.
I don't see that as much of a sign. Now, if you tell me
They
Indiana
literally
Jones,
it was in-
said in the
it-
fucking FTC
it was
thing.
in their
Shut
plans.
up, holy
Well, okay,
shit.
Okay, but what I'm saying is like if
And the
Indiana, hold on,
Suicide
hold on,
Squad
hold
game
on.
will be great.
Now hold on. If you say Indiana Jones is digital only, then yeah, okay, then that's like all right.
I mean, we'll
Red
have to wait and
flag.
see. It could
But-
be.
I
But
mean,
the
it will
first
be
game was
eventually.
digital. The first game was digital only for like 2 whole years until it got a physical PS4 copy.
Yes, but we also know that this is in their plans and it's what they are aiming for, and
Oh.
they have a set time frame to do it.
Okay, but again, until a bigger game than Hellblade, which I'm excited for Hellblade, but it's not a big game.
I kind of wish it was longer.
All right, man.
Yeah.
I need to explain this to you.
Okay. All right.
There's a guy carrying a bomb.
Okay. All
He
right.
wants to get
I
inside
put you
your
in a
house.
meat grinder.
Okay, Justin.
There's a guy carrying a bomb. He wants to get inside your house. He takes one step towards you.
What
Do you
I'm
think that this is
saying is they have
good?
other games this year that are not digital only. I don't think that's a sign.
I mean, he could take the smallest
There are-
step in the world, but you'd still want to get out of there. You want to
then-
stop the man with the
Okay,
bomb.
Okay, but then if we're doing it this way, Nintendo's released digital only games. There's a rumor of Switch 2 who's got a digital only SKU.
Yeah, they haven't like.
That's still not
said-
good.
But what I'm
They-
saying is,
That and also they haven't like outright said yes. We plan on going digital only.
yeah, and also
Also, at least with
plans
Nintendo
change.
games,
Plans
at least with
change.
Nintendo games, you can play their games off of cartridge already. With
Plans
Xbox, they've already phased
change,
that out.
even though they're currently demonstrating that those plans are going ahead as planned. But plans change. That's
okay,
true, Dane.
what I'm saying is they're still putting out games that are getting physical releases.
As of now, yes. Right
Because
now,
people like
Well,
you
yeah.
will still buy them.
Well, okay,
But they
what
don't.
I'm saying is, I don't see this as like this is not the instant red flag. It's one game out of like 4 games they showed that is getting a digital only release.
as far as we know, yes. They are announcing it very close to release.
Well, yeah,
So
the
we'll have to
game.
wait.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Um,
not too worried about the physical market as long as people buy physical games. Neither Sony or Microsoft are getting out of the physical games.
the problem is
people need to buy
you
physical
already
games.
on Microsoft mainline games, a lot of them now, and it's becoming more common, you already can't play the game without the download. They don't have the full games on disc, which is getting to be a problem.
You remember when we fought against this shit in fucking like 2012 when the Xbox One was announced?
Bane
I'm
probably
not
doesn't.
and
I do.
I'm not saying it's just Microsoft doing it, but it's kind of concerning that Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon 5, Starfield, and what was the other one? Microsoft Flight Simulator, and there was a couple others. All don't have a playable version on disc. I think Starfield has half the game on disc. It's not playable without you downloading everything.
No.
Which is worrying, and it's sad that we're getting to a point where Spider-Man 2 had to make an official statement saying you can play a 1.0 version on disc. That shouldn't be a thing you have to announce.
Well, yeah, but there's
you know?
also an announcement from them where they're saying that version needs a patch too. Like,
Sure. Same with Ragnarok, though,
Yeah.
where they said you can play it off disc. That shouldn't be a thing you have to announce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, to
And
be
it's sad that
fair,
it's becoming more common.
the games are getting bigger now. It put the fact that you can play all of a game like Ragnarok off of a disc is, notable in some ways.
Yeah, games are getting bigger, but like you can play FF7 Remake off disc, and that's 2 discs.
Well, yeah, but there's
Oh
also
yeah, that's true.
I mean, Alan Wake 2, that game, I mean, I fucking love that game. They said the only reason it could be 60 is they did a digital only version because a physical version would have probably been $80 because the cost of, shipping all that and printing out at least 2 discs for an 80 gigabyte game.
Oh, sure.
It's a lot.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I understand why it's happening. I just think that it's sad that we're getting to this point.
Yeah.
I don't think that's I think it's just sad. I don't want to see everything go digital only. I want to be able to have my little guy that I can hold on to and put in my console and enjoy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I
My
try
little-
to buy the physical version as much as I can.
My little PS5 disc that I can leave on a table getting scratched when I should put it in the case because I'm stupid.
Oh, Claw, what game?
Spider-Man 2.
Oh no. Well, okay, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. It could have been
Spider-Man
like
2 is going to be on
meddling.
like Game Pass, PS5 Game Pass in like a year. It's fine.
Probably.
Did you finish
Yep.
Spider-Man 2?
I did.
No, I got to like the end game and I was like, I see the way it's going. It's fine.
Yeah, that was my feelings too. I finished it. It only took me like 30 hours.
I'll
That
probably
game was
get
a
to it.
little shorter than I would have wanted, but it was like fun enough,
I don't know. I think my problem with it was that like I was looking forward to the other maps and then yeah, you go there and stuff happens there, but I don't
But,
know. I
see,
guess I
it's-
just didn't care much about the open world. It's so like I don't want to say it's empty because there is stuff going on and there's detail, but it's like I don't know. There's not much incentive to do much in the open world, so I didn't really engage with it all that much.
Yeah, it's fair.
my biggest problem with it is it's like, yeah, the rest of New York is cool, but it kind of just sucks to swing around in. It's cool to be.
Well, that's why you glide
Yeah,
around.
I mean
Yeah.
that's true. The gliding thing is pretty big in Queens. It's possible to do some swinging around there, but it is definitely more glide focused.
Yeah.
Which at that point it stops even feeling like a Spider-Man game a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I enjoyed it overall, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone got anything they wanted to mention?
Well, speaking of games, speaking
Yes.
of you mentioned Alan Wake 2.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Good game.
Yes, it is. And I'm looking something up now because I'm a
Oh.
little bit stupid. And I
You're
completely
fine.
forgot this I completely forgot this story. All right. So
Yeah.
well, yeah, the headline really is it. Take-Two, wonderful people, wonderful
Oh
wonderful
yeah. Oh god.
wonderful boys at Take-Two filed a trademark dispute saying that Remedy's new logo is too similar to their Rockstar Games logo.
I do have a follow up
I
to
want-
that actually.
Yeah.
I want
This
y'all
was
to
a
look up. I want y'all to look up Rockstar Games' logo,
It's
and then I
just
want you to look up Remedy's new logo.
they're both ours. That's
It's
like
just
it.
they're just fucking ours.
Yeah. Let me.
So this was a very weird situation, and I'm sure Bane was going to say this, but this actually happened last year and was a very
Seriously.
brief discussion where they just went, we have to do this contract because we're going to be working together in a partnership on upcoming games. It's a legal formality. They resolved it and then they dropped it.
Yep.
But for some reason, people only found out about it like a week
Now.
ago, and everyone was like,
Yeah,
"This is fucking crazy." It's like this has already been done.
that's
It's like-
strange. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I'm so glad it wasn't anything stupid. Because they're currently doing a remake of both Max Payne 1 and 2, which
Yeah, 'cause that's what really confused me.
yeah, which I'm so glad that one it's coming out because I want to see what they 20 years on want to put into the game, like what they want to change.
I think it
slightly.
was so because the new Remedy logo was mainly used for Alan Wake 2.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if maybe this was just a formality to say that they would change up the logo slightly for the Max Payne remakes. I don't know specifically. We'll see. We'll see if it's the same logo or not. But it's not a big thing. It's a silly thing, but it's not like a big thing.
It's a little
Yeah.
goofy. I'm glad nothing. I'm glad it was not anything major. Thank fuck.
Yeah, because if it was, then that would be
mentioned-
another major Take-Two.
Big
Yeah.
ass.
Another Take-Two. Yeah. You mentioned the Max Payne remakes. I wonder if Sam Lake. I wonder if that guy's still going to be playing fucking Max Payne.
I
Well, he'll
I
be doing
really
he'll
hope
be doing
they.
the mocap probably.
I really
Yeah.
hope they. I really hope they keep Max Payne looking exactly the same.
Well, they
Like,
could
same poly count, same texture, same everything.
Huh,
The only
huh.
difference is that his face is a new photo of Sam Lake.
Well, no, his face will just be this one. His face will just be this shot from Alan Wake 2 grafted onto Max
Yes.
Payne because it's
Yeah.
just the Max Payne face. It's a screen. It's a GIF from Alan Wake 2. This is an
Yeah.
audio podcast.
So
I forgot.
You're good. Sam Lake, who is the writer of literally everything Remedy's done,
Writer and director. He's the creative director of the company now.
The only thing
yeah.
I don't think he ever wrote for was Crossfire X when they did the campaign for that.
Thank God.
That sucked.
However,
Yes.
there's
Crossfire
one.
X.
We don't talk about that.
There's
It's
one-
long story.
There's one big problem
Yeah.
with them remaking Alan Wake.
Yes.
James
Max
McCaffrey
Payne.
passed away. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
he
is
just
so
passed away, too.
goddamn sad.
It really is.
He gave an incredible performance in Alan Wake 2.
Oh fuck! Yes, he did.
Legitimately, maybe my favorite performance he's ever given.
It's so sad that not much longer after that he passed away because he does a fucking masterwork as Alex Casey. That's all I'm gonna say.
He does. And like him, they managed to make his gruff voice coming out of Sam Lake's face seem so convincing solely because his performance is so good.
Yeah. We could.
It's really
I
sad.
think you and I could spend probably an hour just talking about how much of a fucking masterpiece Alan Wake 2 is.
Fuck.
It's
You guys should.
incredible. It's got a lot of flaws. It's
It
got a lot of
does.
issues where I'm like, man, that piece of design's kind of weird.
Some
But
some
not a
tech
single
goofs.
one of them, not a single one of those makes the game any worse than fantastic, though. You know what I mean?
It's It's a sum of its whole parts, you know.
It's one of those games that I really, really, really want to play.
And it's the kind of game where I
that
don't want to
PC.
talk about it any longer than this, because if I talk about it a little bit more,
We'll spoil
I
something.
legitimately feel like if I say something, it could take away from the whole experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I got massively spoiled by that Game Awards musical performance.
Not really.
No, that is nothing.
Well,
That is
I know
nothing.
it's nothing, but it's so out there that I'm like, oh, this is the kind of game this is. I had
It's
no
what
it's
it
idea.
can be.
Exactly.
I see.
It's a kind of game. It's almost like you're playing 3 games where you
Like
play
Baldur's
one.
Gate 3. Wow.
No way.
Oh wow. Where like when you play a Saga, one of the main characters, it feels like this darker Twin Peaksy. It's very much like the first game, but more horror focused,
Yeah.
more survival horror focused. When you play as Ailen, it's like all of the bits in Twin Peaks in the Black Lodge, where everything
Nice.
can happen in an instant, and you never know what that thing might be. Saga's side is much more of the like going around town. There's trouble at the mill side of Twin Peaks, and then there's the bits where it's them kind of intertwining narratively and stylistically, where it's a completely other game.
Yeah.
I see. Well, that does
so-
sound interesting. Sounds very TV.
Well,
AMC drama.
that's what they do. That's the joy of like Alan Wake 1 has an entire mini TV series inside of it that you just find. And if you sit and watch TVs, you can watch full little mini episodes of a TV show. Their version of the show within a show of Twin Peaks, where like as you watch it, they'll say stuff in the show and it will be kind of relevant to the concepts at play, but it won't be a direct reflection of what's happening, but it'll be enough to make you go, oh, okay.
That is fun.
And Alan Wake 2 just does that, but like 10 times more.
I didn't
in the
know
best
Alan
way.
Wake 1 was so Twin Peaks. I knew it was like Stephen King, the game, but I didn't
No,
know
it's
it was...
primarily inspired by Twin Peaks and Stephen King stuff, like down to the point where there is a woman who walks around cradling a lantern, talking about her lantern to mimic the log
Cynthia.
lady.
Cynthia's the
like,
best.
It's super.
Because they
Twin
always
Peaks, and-
hear about Deadly Premonition being the Twin Peaks game, but I've never
Yeah.
really heard much about Alan Wake.
See, that game's
discussion.
the Twin Peaks in a lot of different ways, mostly because it's also written so fucking weirdly.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
But like when you
says
play
a lot
Alan
about
Wake
David
2,
Lynch that the game that's most often compared to his style is just like weirdly translated, and like his whole thing is comparable to like potential mistranslations from some Japanese people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Little
like
bit.
Shenmue, but intentional.
Exactly.
True. True.
Shit, yeah, you're right.
When you play Alan Wake 2, like if you sit down and you really give it a play, you will get to a bit where you just walk into a diner and you'll go, "This is just the Double R diner, just straightforward." It just
hell
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't it even called like the Double something diner?
It's the Oh Dear Diner.
It's the Oh Dear diner. That's it. It's the DD.
They couldn't call it the Double R diner. They would have gotten in trouble with Take-Two.
Yeah, I'm saying this as I drink from my Sheriff Department of Twin Peaks mug as well.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a good game. Just great game.
Yeah.
Moving swiftly on to
Yes.
to definitely a game.
Yes.
It is a game that exists.
Is it?
An Overwatch 2 player was reportedly banned for typing "yippee" in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn my
Someone
volume
got-
down, but they got
Someone
reported and
for
banned.
for positivity. Yeah.
Yeah, they went and they got
That
banned.
was so quiet. I loved it.
I don't know if that was audible at all because I didn't want it to be too loud.
It was.
Okay.
It
But
was
yeah, they
just
got
the right amount
banned
of
for
micro.
that, which is crazy.
Yeah, they were banned for. Let's find the post.
Fucking hell.
And it's like, I feel like, isn't that the perfect way to sum up Blizzard right now?
Yeah, they were banned for being too nice.
Yeah, they've decided to do so many weird fucking things lately. Like, they've added a base health regen to everyone, which feels like a weird.
Oh yeah, that's a really weird
Everybody's
choice. I don't
trying
know
to be
what they were
Halo.
thinking.
Pretty much.
All right, let me find this fucking post. Here we go.
Yep.
Because I want to list off the exact words. The fucking submission got removed. Thank you, Reddit. Well, okay, so I guess I'm just gonna have to go off the phrases that were just specifically mentioned in this article. But the phrases recorded consisted of "fuck, that was a clean Hanzo," "go back to it, please," "ns," "bamf," "that scared me," "yippee," and then of course, you got to throw a GG in there.
Right.
Yep.
So there is their argument that this was like
Banned
being
for saying
ironic.
GG. I don't know.
No, they didn't make an official statement, as far as I know.
Yeah, this
I mean,
happened
it might
like
have
the
just
other
been a
day.
mistake, but
I don't know.
hope
That
that
feels
they-
really weird.
I hope they
Like
fixed their
specific.
mistake.
The only thing that could make this funnier if it was is if it was a League of Legends player.
That's true. Yes,
Oh.
a League of Legends player banned for being positive is the ideal meme.
God,
Yeah, I don't know. It's such a weird situation because I used to play a bunch of Overwatch because Overwatch is
It's okay, we
flawed, but
forgive
it's
you.
fun.
yeah, it had
Um,
its time in the sun, I think, for a lot of people.
Listen, I've played more Overwatch than I have League of Legends.
I would
That's
hope
good.
so.
I used to play a lot of
Nobody
League
should
of
ever
Legends.
play
I'm
League of
sorry, Gabe.
Legends.
No, I used to play League of Legends back in like high school though. Back
Yeah, fair.
when people played it as like people would like get a couple friends together and be like, "Oh, I want to play a match of League," and they just play a match and then they'd log off for the night. Before it became the most insane thing you've ever seen for
I
people to play
mean,
League of Legends.
You
Yeah.
say that, but Bane and Tristan and I all remember the old days of fucking 4chan where League started,
Yeah.
where they literally had to make an entire new fucking
That's why they
board
made
just for
VG, just for those people.
just because League
People in air
people wouldn't
quotes.
stop making. Well, it was them and like Katawa Shoujo, the cripple
Yo,
fucker simulator.
yeah.
Yeah, and a few others, but League was somehow worse than the cripple fuckers.
Honestly, I'd rather have the cripple fuckers. At least they were nicer.
Well, for obvious reasons, I'm okay
Yeah,
with
at least
that.
Well-
Katawa Shoujo has decent writing.
Yeah, fair enough there.
I will give this to League of Legends players. League of Legends players can be incredibly funny sometimes.
Yeah.
I saw a really I can't believe I'm saying this. I saw a really good League of Legends clip of a guy in a match dropping coordinates and someone else looking the coordinates and finding that the place is called Gank Top.
That sounds
Which is
my
how-
favorite
how-
Star Wars character.
Oh, like Glepshido?
Yeah, exactly. Like Therm
Can we-
Scissor Punch.
So I put together. This is completely off topic. I put together after showing Rebel Moon to my friends after we watched it together and tore it apart.
I still have not seen it.
I put together. It's whatever. I put together a Kahoot quiz for them to complete to test their knowledge and dedication to Rebel Moon because everyone was like, "Oh, I bet I will forget everything by the time we hang out next," and I was like, "Bet." And as I was putting that together, I was looking up Star Wars currencies. That way I could come up with fake answers, like wrong answers.
Yeah.
And I forgot that one of their currencies is just called Desh.
Yep.
Bosh, zoom, zoom, walla,
Dish.
dash.
There's also meat lumps, I believe.
That
Haven't heard of
sounds
that
like
one.
a fetish.
Yeah,
that
they're
like
from
the
Star
Jabba
Wars
the Hutt
Galaxies.
Oh,
Of course,
The
they're from fucking Star
2003
Wars
game.
Galaxies. Yeah.
that the one that the BioWare game ruined, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wah, wah.
Oh.
It sucks because Star Wars Galaxies was good.
That it was.
There's a lot of Star Wars games that have been good until they weren't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I miss when they were. It was a better time.
I mean, you still get some that are pretty good. The Jedi Survivor or whatever.
I had fun with that.
Well, I don't know about the new one, but the original one was okay.
Yeah, I haven't played the new one either. Honestly, I'm
Hmm.
waiting for a real good sale.
Well, yeah, and also every computer breaks when it tries to play it or something. I think they fixed that, but
Yeah, it took like 6 months for them to patch it to a good quality. Really,
Yeah,
just the
and even
state
then
of
it
UE
seems like
five, man.
the problem is that they didn't figure out the best way to optimize the actual performance. So no matter what they've done to fix them, the issues, there's always pacing issues. There's always stuttering.
Yeah,
It's more of a fundamental problem than like we could just patch this out kind of thing.
yeah, that is a pretty big issue.
Yeesh.
Yeah. You know
Oh,
another game with a lot of issues.
Oh yeah.
Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah.
Uh,
Rip.
I
I,
I just saw a video on Twitter of someone beating the shit out of Naked Omni Man, and I'm
I was gonna say, did you
honestly,
see the Naked Omni Man video? Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
uh,
Wolverine versus
Derek,
Omni-Man with his floppy dick.
yeah, Derek from the Snark Tank podcast, which you should listen to only after listening to all of our episodes at
Yes.
least twice, and
Prefer-
sub into the Patreon for 2 months.
And Cushy Dreams Loud Code 20 yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, cushydreams.cog. Cog.
Cog. Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, Vane, now it's your
Your gears
turn.
are turning.
Cushydreams.cock.
Code loud25.
Close enough. Load 25.
Cushydreams.cock. Code load25.
Oh,
There you go, you
Yeah, there's
Norwegian
the
fuck.
video.
Oh yeah, watch that one.
Mortal Kombat 1, what I was going to mention is that it has a bit of a problem, which is that it has dropped off fast than any NetherRealm game ever has in player base and popularity.
Damn.
Which is partially coming from the fact that the entire game has basically been figured out already. So every match is the same, and it's become so unfun that people just stop playing it. And the problem with that is their DLC is like months and months apart. So when people aren't playing it and are waiting for the DLC, the DLC
Yeah.
comes out and only a few people go back to check it out, you know?
Oof.
Which is kind of sad.
Yeah, that's rough.
But also,
well, I
like,
mean, I
don't know.
remember
It's
seeing the fucking DLC where it's like you get 5 characters and it's like the price of an entire new video game.
Yeah.
It's like $50 Canadian or something to get 5 characters.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is $50 Canadian because it's 5 characters and it's 6 characters. It's 6 cameos, which are this game's like partner character because it's a 2v2 game now technically where you can like call in and assist.
Oh, just when I thought I didn't like Mortal Kombat, they make it a 2v2 game.
It's an assist game, so now you have to pick your assist, but the assists are separate characters from the rest of the roster, so they're releasing those as their own DLC.
Oh.
Wow, that sounds like
But
they're
the
really
problem-
nickel and diming people and making and this is full of shit.
Well, no, because it's part of the combat pack. It's part of that $50 price. It's basically how they're stretching things out, where you'll get one character a month, and then you'll get the cameo the next month, and then you'll get a character cameo, and it will. They're kind of doing that to fill in space in their releases. But the problem is, it's not really enough for people.
Nor should
and
it be.
after Street Fighter 6 came out and it was like a fully content rich game with an entire like 30-hour story mode and stuff like that, people turned back to Mortal Kombat and were like, hey, where's the rest of the game, you know?
Huh.
And so it's become this big problem where one of the biggest fighting game properties ever now has really like fallen behind everything else, where Tekken 8 also has a full like 30-hour story mode coming.
Does it?
Oh, Tekken.
Yeah, it has an entire expansive story mode.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, and like I'm kind of iffy on Tekken 8 for a few reasons.
Yeah, Tekken 8 is also a big player in this whole conversation too. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's like the holy
and,
trinity of fighting games, and Street Fighter is obviously like taking the fucking cake with 6. I haven't played it, but I know everybody likes it. It's a huge success. And Mortal Kombat not doing so good.
No, Tekken
has been kind of questionable.
Tekken is shaping up to be one of the biggest games the franchise has ever had. It's just that there's a lot of problems with it when it comes to like the online and stuff like that, but that just happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it
The
even got a
bigger problem
video
is-
detailing the series with fan favorite Brian Cox.
That's true. The Brian Cox story so far video is really good.
If
Good.
bucks, it made
It's
me wish
really
there was
good.
a
I heard
fucking
about that,
series for Tekken. I'm like, God damn it!
Well,
Fuck.
there is a movie.
No,
There is.
no.
And there is the Tekken anime, which is the Tekken 3D anime,
Oh.
in which I'm pretty sure Kaiji Tang voices Jin Kazama. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. It's such a weird situation where all these big fighting game properties are getting their new entries, and we got one that's like universally beloved, one that was like middling and has fallen off, and Tekken 8 is the one remaining. It's like, is this going to be a big hit or is this going to be kind of just okay? You know,
Big shit.
I'm
Here's
hoping
hoping
for
it's a hit.
big. I'm hoping for big. I wanna see people have fun with fighting games and get more excited for them and interested in them. I don't know. It's nice. Street Fighter 6 was awesome because people picked it up and were like, I've never played a fighting game before, but this is really cool.
Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, and I know Tekken is not probably going to be the one that does that because it's pretty technical. Mortal Kombat was always a pretty easy one for people to get into, but they seem to have kind of fucked that a little bit. So,
well,
definitely
the problem is if
interesting to
people
see.
jump into the new Mortal Kombat and they don't know a lot about Mortal Kombat, they're going to immediately get skill checked, because if you're playing against a character who knows how to use a certain couple cameos in the game, you lose. They can just lock you down infinitely with very little difficulty.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, it's not. Which is a shame. Again, I want games to do good. I want games to be good and do good, especially franchises that I'm a fan of. It's just, I don't know, it sucks to see. It sucks.
Yeah, nobody wants to see well, that's not true. Lots of people want to see a huge failure because they're like bitter, miserable
Yes.
people. But
Yeah.
Sometimes it's fun.
sometimes it's deserved, and then other times it's like, oh, I really hope the new Mario is really bad. Like, why, man? Why?
Yeah, it's like you just
You
want
know.
everything
Yeah,
to be
like-
fucking miserable.
The day
Misery loves
before
company, I
failing
guess.
miserably,
That's funny.
that's what I want. That's what I want to see. That's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
that's
don't want to
deserved.
see like I didn't want to see like Pal World fail miserably, you know?
Yeah.
Because that seemed like it could be fun. People seem to be caring a lot about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh no, Tristan, what's happened here?
Huh? Oh. All right. So I like to do this thing where I look at the Twitter trending and just see what I can put together. And this one gave me a gold mine because the doctor was right above endorses Trump.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Jesus.
Wow, Shooty. I had no idea.
Can't believe it.
Oh, there was a recent rumor going around, and I don't know how much I want to talk about it, that apparently we will only have this companion for one season.
We should talk about that on the Doctor Who hyperfixation
We should,
because there is
that is a
very much
Russell T
news.
Davies classic.
It is.
Yeah.
Sadly.
He does love to do that. But it's better than having people just stick around for. Yeah, I've learned over the years. I used to be one of those people who was like, "Man, I wish we could get 100 seasons of Seinfeld or whatever the fuck."
Yeah.
But now, not just with the AI and everything, but just with like, I don't know. I think I recently mentioned the fucking horrendous second X-Files movie, where
Yeah,
they just had like they brought the fucking characters out of retirement just so that they could solve like what would have been the plot of like a shitty season's 5 episode. Just like a throwaway that has nothing to do with anything in the main series mythology, and they just bring them back because you like X-Files, right?
Yeah.
Buy it. Come see it. And now it's like and another good example is Yakuza. Fucking Yakuza 6, where Majima is just like standing there in the background, and it's like, why didn't they just kill you like 3 games ago instead of just like having you just stand there and be barely involved in anything. Like,
It
I don't
is.
know, move to another country like Sayama. What the fuck?
It is that specific mindset that makes me so sure that in Yakuza 9, Kiryu's just gonna pop up again.
Oh,
Yes.
1,000%.
I mean,
He'll
if they
just-
can find a
yeah.
way for him to beat the cancer, it will.
Yeah, he'll like he'll still have cancer, but he's just gonna be like, you know, on the in the wheelchair like that grandma from SpongeBob, just withered
Yeah.
up. He's
Yeah.
just like,
Chocolate?
"Hey Ichiban, I heard you wanted some stamina, so I brought you some from the store."
Yeah,
Yeah,
he becomes
it's-
like he becomes Ichiban's like annoying father. He just lives in his apartment. It's like George Costanza's dad.
Essentially
What
adopted.
the hell
I'm
did you have to
also-
get the low-fat cheese for? Because it's
Uh,
better for your cholesterol, Dad. Ah, what the fuck do I care? I got the cancer.
I'm also at a point where I'm very like, at a certain point, everything has to end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember a few years ago, I probably wouldn't have been. I probably would have argued that, no, I want this thing to go on for so long and I could just keep enjoying it. And then I, watched Doctor Who and I experienced Clara.
Yeah.
But then, and here's where my whole new ideology was crushed.
Oh.
Was when Clara got good right at the end again. Because she had the right
Yeah.
person to interact with.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe sometimes it's good for something to stick around. Maybe.
You got to find a way to hit it like right.
Exactly.
Here's one for me. I love the Saw franchise, even though they're fucking turds half the time. If I'm being
Half the time.
Yeah.
Half the
if
time.
I'm being
Not
charitable,
all the
if I'm being charitable, half the time they're great.
Charitably.
Saw-
Keep in mind, again, this is Bane we're talking about. Just
Okay,
assume
look,
whatever he's
look,
talking about
Saw
is about
is
50% worse.
Noted
than he says.
for
Saw-
Bane's
Saw-
opinions.
Saw,
Yes.
Saw is trash but fun. Okay, Saw X is a really good movie on top of being trash and fun.
Can we give Bane a segment that's just Bane's opinion corner, where he's allowed to give one opinion, and we have to
Yeah.
try our hardest not to tear
I
into
mean,
him
Look,
for it?
is
I
Saw
mean,
X a
Gabe,
bad
you
movie,
were-
Gabe?
Gabe, you were here for when he said that Avengers was his like one of his best games of the decade or something. Like you weren't aware of
He
that.
said top 10 this gen.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember Bane was like, I can't believe Avengers is coming to an end. I gotta grind it out as much as I can.
I was.
And we just turned to him and said, Bane, you have a problem.
Yeah,
And then he swallowed all his cum pills and he said, "No, you. It is you with the issues."
Bane with opinions is like me with like One Piece.
Kinda.
Where at a certain point you just have to go, dude, you have to stop. You've gotta stop. It's going on too far, man.
Maybe a
Like me
little.
with forgetting what word I was gonna say.
Maybe a little, but no, I think it's smart to make, like, if you're gonna make these ones, you got to make something that's actually interesting to the fans. You know, like Saw X is a weird interquel that's set between two movies to get the fans back in there that they liked. And usually when they do these weird franchise continuations, it's a fucking bad idea.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
I'm trying to link that to something I have in my bookmarks. Damn it, I don't have anything.
I have one more thing I wanted to bring up because it's a topic that I have been following for a long while and has gotten so crazy, which is you guys know me. You know I am a big fan of hit shonen anime Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes.
The studio who make it are called Mappa Studios.
Yeah.
And Mappa are a huge company. They made Yuri on Ice, Banana Fish. They did the recent Attack on Titan parts. They did Chainsaw Man. They've done so much stuff. Dorohedoro, so much stuff. They're very good at what they do. However, they are really, really bad when it comes to giving their workers common decency, respect, and good work hours. Even
Sick.
more
I
so
have a
than
great
most
segue
other
for
Japanese
this.
companies. Even more so. than other
Huh.
Japanese companies. And with the release of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, what would happen was every week an episode would come out and everyone would go, man, this is some of the best action animation we've seen in so long. Holy crap. What are they giving those animators? They're giving them no time to visit their family.
Oh
Ah.
shit.
They're giving them more involuntary hours.
Exactly. And what would happen each week was the situation got so bad that animators working for Mappa would go on Twitter and post like, hey, just so you know, this is the last time I will work with Mappa ever. I can't do this. Or they would post like images of their little like profile picture characters that they use, like putting nooses around their necks.
Oh, good God.
Jesus
like-
Christ.
That's not
and
funny.
No, it's
Fuck.
well, it kind of is because it
Well,
got to the
yeah,
point
a
where
little bit.
Ooh.
it got to the point where like in the middle of this like city destroying shonen battle, one of the buildings was designed to look like the Mappa headquarters getting brutally destroyed by the action.
Oh, hell
that's
yeah.
pretty
And
funny,
stuff like
actually.
that. Like it's
Jeez.
just it's such a situation where people are watching the show week by week and going, man, this is incredible. Like props to all these people working on it. Meanwhile, the people working on it are like, I just want to go home. I just want to see my family.
Damn.
And it's really kind of crazy to think that you could watch something like that and just go, wow, this is incredible. And then look a little bit deeper and go, oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean,
Ugh.
it's one of those things like I forget I think it was William Friedkin from The Exorcist who like apparently
Yes,
apparently just like tortured the fucking actors. I think it was like Reagan's mom who got like thrown across a fucking room because we got to make it realistic. You got to seem like you're scared or something like that. And so, I guess it works. You can't argue with results, but you can argue with I guess how those results, ends and means and all that, I guess.
exactly. And it's like I could show you a piece of animation from a fight in season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and you would not believe when I tell you that that animation is 40% of the completed plan, because that's how much effort they're putting into it. That even less than half finished, it looks better than things done by some of the biggest studios in the world. It's the same problem with Marvel VFX, and the reason they had to unionize, right? Overwork. Although in that case, they were overworked in a way where even their end products couldn't look good.
Yeah.
Because
Well, also
they were forced to
overwork and-
rework things so many times.
What they were making was also, a lot sloppier than like Jujutsu Kaisen or something. A bit less of an
Exactly, and
artistic
it's-
integrity to like the last PS2 final boss fight of like Black Panther 5.
Yeah.
But, and this is the reason I wanted to bring it up, it's allowed people to become far more aware of this problem because everyone is online now, right? Everyone is keeping up with this stuff. So when they're hearing this news, they're going, wow, fuck this company. What? And now people are actively less willing to support them. And that's the good thing, is that more and more people
Hell
are now
yeah.
fighting and protesting, and
they
more
didn't
animators
have
are
any
leaving.
kind of like NDAs or anything for people talking about this company being like this. You'd think that they would want to protect the fact that they're like this.
Here's the thing is, after the animators are done working on the project, what can they do?
Yeah.
Well, that's
If
good,
they're already
then.
planning to leave the company, then what is the company supposed to do about the animators voicing, I'm not going to be working for this company again because I did not appreciate working on this? One of the
Well, it's
best
also
animators,
just-
in my opinion.
I mean, it's just amazing when you see these like very creative things like an animation studio. Like, what are you going to do once you've pissed off all of the people that animate for you? I guess you'll just get more based on the name Mappa Studio or whatever, but there's going to be obviously rumors would get around about how you treat your people, and like, I don't know, just your whole thing is these people and what they can bring to the table. So why are you not treating them right? It's the same. And that
Exactly.
happens in every industry too. So it's like,
It does, yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, one of these animators, his name is Vincent Chansard. I think that's how you pronounce it. It might be Chansard because he's French. incredible animator.
Not just Japanese
he did a lot of work
people
on
in this company.
Oh, no. They bring in animators from all over to work on their stuff. A lot of Chinese people, Korean people. Vincent is French. He works on a bunch of stuff. He's one of the biggest animators who's been working on One Piece for the last little while.
Wow. Okay.
And it's led to a whole situation where these animators just kind of go, if this is how we're going to be treated here, we're going to go work on other stuff. And then they go work on other stuff, and they do such a good job, and everyone's like, holy crap. And so it's kind of like it's your fault for doing this because you're shooting yourself in the leg here. You know, you're cutting out some of your best workers. Like, again, this is an audio podcast, but just for your context, like this is a piece of animation from an episode that was less than half finished.
I mean,
and
I
it's
can
like,
see that
God
it's not
damn,
done technically, but it's still, really.
it's completed
really
enough to be
amazing, yeah.
released, but it's not what the animators wanted the final product to be because they didn't have the time and the energy to finish it. And it's, I don't know, it's a shame, but the good
animation,
most of the season is just movie quality stuff, episode after episode, and that came at the consequence of the workers. But the good thing to come from this is now people being more aware, people being more active in saying, I don't want to support this company anymore, I don't think, which is great. That's always the good thing to come from this. Like how every time something Disney comes out now that has terrible CGI, everyone goes, I don't think I want to support them because I know they fucked over their workers on this.
Yeah. It's fucking tragic, man.
It is, but it's also interesting to see now that the internet is everywhere and everyone can put all these things out there. Everyone can also just collectively go, yeah, fuck those guys. I don't like them.
It's cancel culture. They're getting canceled over having, horrible workplace conditions and abusing their employees. They're getting canceled.
The liberals are canceling our culture because they're woketies. Think they need to eat and live and see their families.
Speaking of which,
yes, Tristan. What's next?
Do you guys remember back in about a month ago, about a month and a half, maybe? That there was this massive round of Bungie layoffs where they got like 100 people fired, and that's out of 1,200, so like almost a tenth of their entire staff fired.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
I remember
too.
It's been announced today that that's a couple days ago actually. It was announced a couple of days ago that Bungie expands to 1,400 plus employees.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just fired 100.
They fired 100 people.
They
made a
fired
lot of money.
300 more.
They fired 100 losers. Okay,
Yeah.
They couldn't hack it, so they had to get new ones.
Well, they probably did was, okay, these people are making wages. These people are making wages. These people are making wages. All right, fire these people.
What people have suspected is that they hired a bunch of contractors and they've brought more people in from Sony Studios to participate in their work. So they fired.
I don't think that would constitute as a layoff, though. Just the contract expiring.
Well, no. These
no. I'm saying that's where the 1,400 has come from. Is contractors and Sony Studios employees, because it's happened in the past where companies have brought on Sony Studio employees to work on their projects, and they've technically increased their overall job listings while keeping their employee count the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the suspicion is they fired a bunch of people to free up some money for contractors, and also they brought in people from Sony. That's the suspicion. Yeah, it feels weird because I think Sony even made a statement that were like, that was their decision. We did not have a part in that.
Sell them down the river, Jesus.
Even we are not that corporately evil.
Well, some of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's such a weird situation.
It's fucking baffling.
I mean, it's it's more corporate dystopia hours.
Yeah.
This is the only podcast with all corporate dystopia all the time.
I've got government dystopia for the next one if you want that.
Well, real quick, I just want to do a couple really quick ones, really quick shout outs,
Yeah, go ahead.
if you will. Happy belated birthday to Tom Baker. His birthday was yesterday.
Hell
Yes, it was.
Hey.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to fucking Resident Evil 2. Today's
Oh shit. Fuck yeah. Was it 90?
26th
Yeah.
anniversary of Resident Evil 2,
Wow.
which that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Trying to think what else here.
Time flies.
Oh, there was something else recently as well, actually. What was it?
I have two more.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're kind of small and light and fun.
Okay.
Oh,
I'd say that's a good way to
corporate
end off, though.
dystopia?
Oh,
No, I'd say
Yeah,
I'd say
well-
small and light and fun is a good way to end off, though.
yeah. What's
what's mine?
someone brought up something earlier about government dystopia?
Yeah. So, the British Army partners with famous YouTubers on Fortnite, hoping to boost Gen Z Army recruitment.
Okay, I have
boys.
Jesus
I have
fucking
one more
Christ.
left then.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, you thought that was light and fun?
It was
Well,
funny.
I mean,
It's funny.
a detail added to it makes it light and fun.
I love the idea of fucking the British Fortnite government going to train their children with Fortnite. VR soldiers
It gets-
playing the weekend.
It gets even worse. So, yeah, they tweeted out, check it out with at Els the Witch and at Young Philly One as they battle to be the best on our new experience, Operation Belong, on January 24th, live on Twitch. Who will win?
That's in 3 days.
Yeah.
We should live stream over it.
We could stream snipe it. Oh my god. But yeah, no, they decided to pull out this weird branding that's everywhere on their thing here called like Operation Belong with a little tagline, "You belong here," which is weird for the army to say. Just saying.
You were literally born. You were sculpted from the cosmos for the specific purpose of dying for Raytheon.
Now, two things about this image. On the bottom, it says this is not sponsored, endorsed, or administered by Epic Games, which they have to say.
Yeah, they have to say that not only because that's just a general thing to do, but also because Epic's terms of service for Fortnite cite that you cannot use it to promote for the military.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Wow, that's incredibly specific.
because they know what
The
would
fact that
happen.
this has probably
It's in a
happened
bullet-
before.
Yeah, it's
This-
in a bulletproof. It's in a bulleted list, but yeah, it was like the third one on there.
Oh, Claw, I hate to
Operation
say it like this,
Belong.
but yeah, our government totally, like, if they could use fucking Roblox to recruit for the army, they fucking would.
They probably
Haven't they tried?
Operation Belong. You belong here. So it's one white guy, another white guy, two dark-haired women, and then a black guy. It's
This
very
is the UK.
It's not very diverse, is what I'm
The
saying.
guy on the left isn't
there's-
white.
Jonesy's there in the middle, which I mean,
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, if
these are
they're
probably
trying
all
to
default
get
skins.
kids to join the military, don't use default skins.
Yeah, you want to put some John Wick.
Kids who
and-
play Fortnite and look at this and go, "That's
Well, you're
cringe
not
and lame."
allowed
Get a
to
skin.
have. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to have John Wick though, or have like Wu-Tang
Keanu
Superman
Reeves.
or some shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, imagine just Peter Griffin. Hey there, kids playing Fortnite. You want to join the military? You want to die because our country wants oil?
God, I can't wait to
Ah,
join this
but
server.
could they
of
use Solid Snake?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Could they use Solid Snake?
Ugh.
I mean, if they
Konami
use,
might have an issue with that.
I mean, I
Konami's-
don't know that they would. Konami loves money, and they
Yeah.
wouldn't understand that the whole concept of Solid Snake from Metal Gear being used to promote child soldiers VR missions is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
they would not appreciate that the way that you and I do.
Look, we're very lucky that the Metal Gear Solid collection didn't include like 40 minutes of Rambo 6 on here instead of a fucking book that describes the plot. We're lucky that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's like, it's entirely possible someone at Konami could have just done that instead, and that's all we could have gotten for years.
God.
But hey, we might be getting Metal Gear Solid 4 on modern platforms. That's something.
Well, that'll be a way to smooth over the corporate dystopia and Fortnite war.
So real quick addition to the Fortnite thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That tweet is gone now.
They deleted it?
Oh.
They deleted all of their tweets. They did it between like a few hours ago and when we started recording.
Oh, that's fucking sad.
Oh, that's awesome.
Do you want a corporate dystopia? Because I got a Tesla story.
Oh,
Oh,
hell
God.
yeah.
We gotta have our mandated Elon. Let's go for it.
Oh, yeah. So, Tesla here says, you'll have to wipe dead bugs and bird poop off your Cybertruck ASAP to avoid corrosion.
What?
You heard it here first,
Like
folks.
more than another car would be corroded by bugs? Why?
So,
Doesn't this thing have
maybe-
fucking windshield wipers?
I guess
for
what
body.
it is that the surface is the raw metal.
it is.
There's no treatment on it.
Yep. So, dramatically, Tesla
So that's-
chose to leave that steel exterior unpainted entirely. There's a
Jesus
reason they
Christ.
don't. There is an entire reason that we spray paint on cars. It's a very good reason, in fact. It's because,
Yeah.
the kind of thing in grease and oil and bird shit will tear metal to bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
It's
reason piss disintegrates metal and shit too.
Really?
Have
Oh,
you
yeah.
tested that?
Well, no, I mean it's
it's
fact.
Bane, you know
It's a
he
fact.
has.
It's fact.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. No, we know he has. Yeah, that's true.
Ah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's
But-
the fact
yeah,
you
like,
have to constantly wash your car is almost absurd.
It's just so strange.
They really
That-
beansed up this car.
Yeah, it's just so strange that Elon doesn't seem to understand why certain things are the way they are when it comes to cars.
Yeah, well, once that metal
he doesn't understand why
oxidizing-
we don't drive death machines anymore. He doesn't
Or
understand why there's crumple zones.
Well, he doesn't understand those things about Twitter either, and he owns Twitter, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched was it Marcus Brownlee's video of him reviewing and going over the whole the Cybertruck. Just looking at the whole thing, looking at how it functions, how it's designed, how it
Cybertruck,
works.
which once again will kill an entire family if it gets in a slow collision.
and, and one of the things he pointed out was like, yeah, there's a lot of things here that are actually really solid in the way that they're designed and they function. Then there's a lot of things that are just like not at all what they've shown off, and I don't know where they went.
Yeah. A lot of empty
But there's also
promises.
these really weird choices where, if you don't know, the front of the Cybertruck is one giant glass pane
Yeah.
from top to bottom. So like,
Wow, that
I'll
sounds
send a
really
photo.
dumb.
So that front, the windshield, goes to the top point of the car down to the front of the car. That's all one big sheet of windshield glass, basically.
Wouldn't it be so amazing
Yeah.
if you were driving your government mandated Cybertruck because Elon's fucking bought the government
With your
again.
government-mandated GF as well,
Yeah.
to combat
See,
incels.
no, this is a bad
Your government
song. Not
mandated
a
cat
good one.
girl.
Yeah. Cat
Okay,
girl
fair.
or boy. Gotta make sure to
So
be.
you're
That's
you're
true.
driving.
Elon is equal opportunity in that regard. Yeah.
No.
So what do you drive? God damn it! You're
I'm sure he
driving your
loves
government
Nick
mandated
Fuentes.
Cybertruck with your government mandated cat girl.
Yeah.
And then you get a fucking tiny rock bounces to your windshield and leaves a crack in it, bigger than a quarter. So you have to go get it fixed. Isn't that so great that you have to get your windshield, your roof, and your back window completely removed and replaced instead of just your windshield? Isn't that great?
It's probably
Yeah.
going to cost so much extra money and probably only be able to be fixed at like specialized Tesla dealers or some
Yeah,
shit.
the specialized Tesla dealers are only going to be in major cities.
Here's the other big
Yeah.
thing is they've become incredibly dangerous in the cold. I sent a video to you guys Watch this
I saw that.
video of this person trying to open a car door handle. Around the 16-second mark, it becomes a hilarious game of trying not to get your fingers completely ripped off.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they're smashing the entire pane of glass. It's like the ice key hidden behind glass in Banjo-Kazooie.
You can overlay the
God.
video over this bit as Claw narrates.
Yeah, and he's smashing it through it. He's getting his handle. He's getting to the handle, but... Oh, you gotta, like, push the handle in? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, this whole thing is a fucking death trap. This is like Smart House.
Yeah, so some of the handles of Teslas are designed where you have to push them in and then they'll come out, and some of them are designed where you push them in on one end and then they pop out the other way so you can grab them. Yeah, you got to make sure you have to make sure you put that over with a claw in the corner, and because that was just a sniper wolf reaction. That's all that was.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I gotta put that on screen.
Oh, hell.
That in the video.
Goonin
with the boys.
Yeah, and then the trucks are even worse because you gotta like tap of like the top of the corner and then dig your fingers in. That looks like a fucking nightmare.
Well, and the wider problem is when you look at the design of the Cybertruck, even in the photo that I sent a minute ago, you can see the point where the windshield glass meets the body piece. There's a small gap there. That's not like edged down. There is a metal edge there. So if you like lean on the car wrong and you're leaning on the front of the car, there's a risk you could cut your hand on the metal because there's an actual small gap there where the metal just sticks out.
That's great.
It's really bizarre.
Jesus.
I think Elon Musk. Honestly, Elon Musk is so much smarter than we give him credit for. He's the smartest man on earth because he seemingly has specifically designed this thing to harm people. He built this shit specifically to do harm.
I mean, I'm waiting for like the story where the Cybertruck turns itself inside out and the human just gets caught in like the fucking, the metal.
Oh, Jesus.
You got to remember, the initial proposal for the interior was made of solid marble.
Oh my God.
You have to remember that.
Idiot.
They changed it. They changed it, but the actual piece inside, like on the dashboard, was going to just be a chunk of solid marble. Let me find the photo.
Might get you in a bit of a pickle if you're in a crash.
Jesus.
Yeah. Also, it had so much fucking weight.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. And then the actual finished model.
It's cool, but that's all it is. It's cool. There's no function.
The finished one instead has like, I don't remember what the material is, but it's much closer to like a standard car dashboard. And also the wheel is completely different. They completely changed the design of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know why you would ever think to put the dashboard, the place where you could be catapulted forward if you get in a bad accident, which does not have an airbag in the dashboard, by the way, because it would have been a block of solid marble.
Why did they turn the fucking computer... They turned the dashboard of the car into, like, a fucking gamer PC?
Because it's designed for you to game in it as well.
Yeah,
that's actually part of the intention.
Yeah, funny enough, you can play Witcher 3 if you want to.
Yeah, that's a big thing he keeps talking about, is how you can game in your Teslas.
Which is a really epic thing to do while you're driving.
I'm one of the motherfuckers who plays like games on his phone and shit, like even COD Mobile and shit, and I'm like, that's too far. You don't need that shit. Come on.
I mean, I guess it's for a passenger, but I mean,
it's also for when you're like charging and stuff. It's mostly for when you're charging, but it's like
this is just reminding me of when you could get like an Xbox 360 thing in the back of your Yaris or something.
Yeah, which you don't need that. It's maybe for your kids.
Maybe in 2006 you needed that, but not now.
Yeah, it's.
I love that first. I guess that's like the first image you send there. It's like the concept art or something.
No, they made one of those. They made one of those.
Oh God, because the dashboard
that was the first model.
It looks like a knife, like it would sever your fucking body in half.
Oh yeah, in a car crash, that thing's gonna break through your fucking break through your fucking hips, your chest, everything. That's a nightmare waiting to happen.
This is the least ergonomically designed. That's not even the right word, but not designed for safety.
Oh no, absolutely. Like it's such a clear mistake.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't I don't know what else to call it.
how long before they get like how many people have to die before they get taken to court and like the Supreme Court or Congress or whatever, and it's like, hey, why the fuck did you sell this car that was like designed like a fucking death trap, like a suicide booth from Futurama?
And the thing is,
we're always endeavoring to
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be some fucking Zuckerberg thing.
Zuckerberg level shit.
from what I remember, it also costs around like $63,000.
Yeah. And at that point, why not buy one of the other better electric trucks like a Rivian or a Ford Lightning?
Well, here's the thing.
Then you're not
If you're
getting
buying
the
this
cool
shit, you're buying
Elon Musk design.
If you're buying this shit, you're buying it for one of two reasons.
Yeah.
Either you're an Elon Musk simp, you love everything he does, or you like the fuck ass ugly design.
I mean, I kind of like the design in a way, just 'cause it looks like a fucking warthog. But that's it.
If they made the thing look more like the inside of a Gundam and less like some dude's fucking gamer PC, then that might be good, but it's very impractical and looks dangerous and everything, everything we've been saying.
Yeah.
But, design-wise, inherently it's not terrible, it's just mostly terrible. And in practice it's terrible. And even inherently it's a little bit terrible, actually, but not completely.
Yeah, of course. God, man, I don't know. I just don't get. I don't get it. There's so many other better electric vehicles you can get. I'm looking at a Bolt myself, the Chevy Bolt.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Chevy
Nice.
Bolt.
Yeah.
I've heard those are meant to be like a solid electric car.
They're really nice. They've got all the modern amenities. They got both Android and Apple Auto and CarPlay. All really nice and just about like 32,000. Way cheaper than this bullshit, and you don't got to deal with some other stupid bullshit from fucking Elon Musk. Win-win.
Yeah, you don't have to
Tesla-
worry about your car crashing and killing literally everyone in a 20-meter radius.
Exactly.
Tesla is
Wow.
like the car equivalent of iPhones now. Of like people are getting them just because, they'll
It's
cost
Tesla,
more and they're. But that's not even fair because it is the name thing. But at least iPhones are actually well designed and
Yeah.
they're known for their engineering prowess
At least
and
the
everything.
camera is good.
I was gonna
Like,
say mostly well designed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not
There's
all
some
the
dumb
time,
shit,
but
but-
like you look at the original iPod or whatever. Dank Pods convinced me that there's some craft there, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Johnny Ives, the old lead engineer for Apple. That dude, the moment he left, it kind of fell apart for them in my mind. But at least you still get.
I think they're
a
the
decent
ones that
product.
pioneered the no headphone port thing.
Yeah, they were given a mandate.
Yeah, that was a pretty Tesla situation.
Yeah. The other problem I have is a lot of EVs now, because they've all kind of signed a contract with Tesla. Every North American EV charger is going to be the Tesla standard now, which kind of sucks.
That's a shame.
Now every one of them is kind of tied to Tesla. Fuck. But that's really all I got for this episode. You guys got anything else?
Yeah, that's all I got too.
I got one more thing.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I got a tweet
Oh.
from Carl Benjamin,
Oh.
Saga
nice.
of Akkad himself.
I love him. What's he been up to?
He quote retweets a
Yeah.
he quote retweets a music video. We'll just say a music video.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
This is what the world looked like before mass immigration. Why?
Oh my God, that was him!
Racial engendered guilt activism, and before bankers had totally screwed the economy for their own gain. People were just allowed to be themselves, and they did fun, wholesome things for their own sake. Do you boys want to guess what music video he's quote retweeting?
Okay.
I'm gonna guess. Yeah.
No, don't say it. I saw this and I saw the tweet and thought that's stupid and moved on. I didn't even look at who sent it. who posted it.
Oh my god.
Claw.
Right.
All three of us know. Do you want to guess what song? It's from 2001.
I was gonna guess Chumbawamba.
Oh, do you not know?
I haven't seen this
Bane,
tweet.
do you not
no,
know?
I'm literally guessing.
Oh, hell yeah.
I thought it was
Chumbawamba is a
narrows
good
it
guess.
down. 2001.
2001. He's British, so you got to think that mindset, Claw.
No, it's an American band.
Oh, okay.
It's
Fuck.
Alien Ant Farm.
No, no,
Michael Jackson.
No, hang on. No, hold on. No, hold on. Really?
No. Claw. There's
Is that
no
it?
way you guessed
You're
that.
kidding.
Wait,
There's
that's
no way you
actually
guessed
it?
that.
Oh my
There's
god.
Oh my fucking god.
No way.
Dude, I
have no idea. What the fuck?
was thinking of like, okay, maybe this is maybe
Before
like
you,
late Pearl Jam, I don't know.
before
Oh my God.
Before you said 2001, I was gonna guess the fucking "We Can Dance If We Want To," but
Yeah, I
but
was
that's
thinking of-
amazing.
I
Wow.
was thinking of Tub Thumping, and then you said 2001. I'm like, was Steal My Sunshine 2000s or 90s? That's the only thing I can think of.
Can we call this episode Claw's Powers of Prophecy just for this final moment?
Prophecy.
Because, oh my god.
I had absolutely no idea, but I will say, I was just watching the video from Eric, Comment Etiquette, where I guess he made a video talking about the woke Lord of the Rings, and fucking Sargon didn't like that, so he made this whole thing. There was like this live stream where it's kind of like him, addressing the criticisms or whatever, but then most of it is just him going like, and this is what is wrong with American-centric ideology. You're so race-focused, Eric. And like making it this weird, like, elaborate, I don't know. Carl Benjamin has been on my mind lately. That's just funny that even came up.
He's one of those humans who thinks everything is just debate club.
Yes, like a Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
Ben
I'm
Shapiro,
amazed.
but he's Ben Shapiro, but a little bit less pathetic.
How
Just
can you
the
make-
smallest bit?
How can you make like a Fall of the West tweet about the
That-
Alien Ant Farm song?
Exactly.
This is what these people have come to. It's fucking like if I tweeted something like this, I promise you.
It would sound like a parody if you did.
Well, I promise if I was doing this seriously, I would have a gun in my mouth as I typed this. I'd hope I would at least.
I'm still just baffled. The moment you said Alien Ant Farm, I thought, okay, he got the band. There's no way he's gonna guess that it's their
Well, that's
cover
the
of
only
Smooth
song
Criminal.
they ever had.
No, yeah.
That's not true.
Yes, it
Dave,
is.
No,
you're
they
on
had
copium.
they had
I know these
No,
guys.
I'm
Alien
saying
Alien
for-
Smash Farm. They did Walking on the Sun.
movies. They
Yeah.
had movies.
Yeah, but I'm saying people like Sargon. For someone like him, the only person that guy'd ever know the song that guy would ever know would be fucking Smooth Criminal.
And you know what's weirdly relevant to this tweet? When was the tweet posted? It was 2 days ago.
I think
No, it
about
was
a day
yesterday.
ago. Well,
It was yesterday.
yeah, yesterday.
The
at
day
about 7
before
a.m.
The day before that, Alien Ant Farm announced that they're releasing a new album after a decade.
Wow.
Huh.
holy
It all
shit.
comes together.
Well, they'll have one
That's cool.
sale at least.
It'll be Sargon.
Yeah.
This is what this is what things were like before it was woke.
That
It
was
would be really funny if they
one
decided
good
to. It'd be really funny if
Exactly
they
like
decided to
Smooth
like
Criminal by
they
Alien
ru-
Ant Farm.
they ride the wave of the Sargon tweet and try to like they go full trapped and try to court the right. It would be wonderful.
I mean, that's what the dude who sung the Headstrong song does now. That's all
That
he
was
does.
trapped. Yeah.
Yeah. Which now by saying that, I will get at least 4 emails from him. So hey, how you doing?
I'll be
Well,
honest.
that's what the
I
left
don't
wants.
think there's a better way to end this than with this moment. Holy
Yeah.
god. Oh my god. I can't
Gotta save
believe
this for
that.
last.
Yeah.
2000 and the thing is, there's a lot of bands that were big in 2001.
I
that
didn't
you
even
could
know
have
that
guessed.
was a 2001. I can't believe
I
that
didn't
was
think it
my
was 2000.
first thought of 2001 American band was Alien Ant Farm.
Yeah,
Smooth
like,
Criminal.
Linkin Park, NSYNC, Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands who were big. Nickelback. That would have been funny.
Oh, God,
Weezer.
yeah. Dude, fuck
like,
yes.
I don't know. That's crazy. Oh my god, that was so good.
Weezer could have made a strong point about the fall of the West with Weezer, but not with Alien Ant
I
Farm.
disagree. Weezer only strengthens the West.
Yeah.
That's fair. There's a debate to be had there.
Worst areas of life.
Weezer
they saved us.
Weezer released an album in 2021 that was Weezer album, but with a full orchestra behind it, and it was like unironically a really good Baroque pop album. Really solid. So I think that Weezer is only strengthening the West.
Hell yeah.
That's fair.
Oh my god.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
this has been.
If you need anybody to tell you about the next school shooting in your area, do not ask me. I have predictive powers, but they only work when I want them to, and I'm highly apathetic.
And only for weird, obscure things like this.
Yeah.
Listen, you, Mr. Viewer, Mrs. Viewer, prefer not to say viewer. You know what? I like it, so I'll cut you in on our scheme here. Claw predicts the mass shootings, and then I cause them.
No!